All right, so today we're going to be talking about using WeVideo and getting yourself set up with this website. First thing, obviously go to the WeVideo website, get yourself an account. You will use your same Google account to set up everything on WeVideo. It'll ask you a few questions, just kind of go through the steps. Once you're all set up, you will be on this screen here. Now, a couple things to notice on your home screen is over here on the left-hand side, there's a couple dials for used time and storage. You are only allowed 5 minutes of record time on WeVideo, so make sure it's every month. So if you ever want to use this program again, you'll have time again, but you only get 5 minutes a month. So make sure when you're working on your project that you're being very conscious of that and not wasting time. Don't just let the camera roll and shoot things that you don't need because, like I said, you only get 5 minutes a time. So make sure you're using that wisely. Once you're here though, we are going to scroll down here to where it says create new to get you started. And the first thing to do when you get here is it defaults in WeVideo to give you this storyboard mode. So down here at the bottom of the screen, this is where you would put in the different video clips or pictures or things you might be using in your video. This is very limiting. It doesn't really give you a whole lot of options. So we want to come up here to your menu, these three little lines. It says we're on storyboard mode. So we want to go to timeline mode. And this is a lot more professional way of editing video. You have different tracks. You have an audio track, you have 2 video tracks. You can actually add more tracks if you need more. But this is set up in a way that will give you a lot more options and make your video a lot better. So we want to be on timeline mode. Okay. First thing you will probably need to do is record some video. So up here, this little red dot is our record button. So when I click on that, I can come to my webcam. And it takes a moment, and now our webcam is loaded on the screen so you can see it here. You don't really need to mess with the microphone. It defaults to choose the correct microphone. You don't have options really. So we're just going to click record. It'll give you a quick countdown. Okay, so you can record what you need, what you have in your script. So get something recorded. Once you're finished, you click this stop recording button. Okay, it kind of gives you a little screenshot of what you did. We're going to click save. This is showing me that it is processing right now. The longer your video, the more time this takes, but I can just go ahead and exit out of here. And now you can see I've got a video clip right here. It's only 9 seconds long, so that didn't take up a whole lot of my time that I have, but it's up here. Okay, in order to start working on my video, after I've shot everything, so you might shoot things in a bunch of different clips. You might have a whole bunch of things here, and that's fine. But to get started editing, I'm going to click on my clip and drag it down to my timeline. I'm going to put it in video 1 because it's really my main video. Okay, down here at the bottom, like this is very small. You can kind of see here up across the top. This shows me 10 seconds a time, 20 seconds a time, 30 seconds a time. This goes up to about 2 minutes and 20 seconds. If I want to see this larger, if I want to kind of zoom in to work on things more, I can click on these little buttons down here, give myself a little bit more space to work with. So now my clip is a little bit, it's still the same amount of time. It just kind of gives me a little bit more room. Okay. So there's lots of things I can do with my video clip. If I would like to add some music, there is this little music notes right here. And there are a lot of already loaded in music clips that you can add to your video, especially if you're making something that you would like to kind of open with credits or close with credits. Music is a nice way to add some extra sound. It's just anytime you have music, if you're going to put it with someone talking, make sure your music is turned down so you can hear the person talk. For example, I'm just going to click on this one here. And anytime I want to preview something, I can preview it over here on the side. Okay, it's kind of a nice little sound. If I put this down here, this is obviously way longer than my video clip. I'm going to put it in my audio track because that's where it goes. Okay, so you can record So you can kind of see it puts some music right with my video. It's kind of nice. There's lots of different options for different types of audio, different styles. So kind of choose what you think works for you. One thing to know too is as you're working through WeVideo, when you click on, or anytime you want to play or pause, you can click this little play or pause button up here to get yourself going. But your space bar on your Chromebook is actually a shortcut key for play or pause. That's really good to know. That'll cut a lot of time off of your editing if you just know to click the space bar to make it go or stop. Okay. The other thing that you should know is anytime you have a clip and you need to cut some off of it. So if I think, okay, this clip sort of starts off weird, I'm going to cut that beginning part off. I can kind of drag this around. So I want to cut this whole little beginning part out. Up here, once I put my cursor right on the place I would like to cut it, I click on the little scissors. I can click on this. Now I've got this separate clip. I can click on it and just click backspace and it goes away. Okay, that's kind of good to know for how to edit through things. Okay, now one other thing you can do, or a few other things you can do with this is if I would like to add titles, I can click over here where it says text. If I want to add maybe like my name on top of it, I'm going to drag this text down. Now I can add some information here. If I double click on my text, I can edit it. I can change the font. I can change the size, colors, the background of this box, whatever I would like to change. And then I would click done when I was done with that. One other thing you can also do is add some effects. This, or graphics, I guess. This tab here for graphics has a lot of different options. If you would like to start your video with maybe some credits, you could put in just a clip of, say, this red curtain kind of, once that loads, there we go, kind of flowing through here. I could put what the name of my video is here, maybe who's in it. If you want to add some information like that, you can use any of these clips. You can put titles over this. That's kind of a fun option. Another thing you can do, I'm going to move that out of the way. Okay, another thing you can do is add these overlays. Like if I wanted to look like it's snowing, right here where it says snow, anything that's black basically will be invisible when I use this. So if I click this and I put it on top of this video of me talking, now it looks like it's snowing in my house. So those are an overlay. Any of these things you can add. This like countdown clock is kind of neat. If you want to add that, you can put that. I guess that totally covers up your video. It's kind of a fun way to start it though, if you want to add the little countdown clock. But there's a bunch of little overlays you can add here. The other thing is frames. If you want to add a frame to your video, you can put a little frame on it here. And there's also solids. Say if you want your video to just have words and not have one of these moving pictures behind it. If you just want a green background or a red background, you can drag this down and it will add just a solid color in your video for you. You can stretch these out to make them longer. If you want, as it is, I think it puts it in at 5 seconds long. If you need, 30 seconds of just solid red, you can stretch this out or make it smaller depending on what you need with this. You can also add transitions. So right here is our transitions tab. If you click on any of these transitions, basically these will go between two clips. So if I want the transition, let me get rid of this. Anything you want to get rid of, click your backspace key, goes away. If I want to make, I'm going to have it fade from this clip of me to the red curtains. I'm going to click on that transition. I'm going to put it right between those two things. You can kind of see there's a little notch in there. And so that's going to make it so it fades from one to the next, okay? There's a whole bunch of different styles for transitions that you can choose from, but there's a lot of different options for that as well, okay? When you are totally finished, when you've got your video all compiled, put together, cut and edited how you would like, you're gonna come up here to where it says finish. We'll give it a name. I'm just gonna keep it as my video 1. And then you're going to need to save it. We're going to make sure we save it to your Google Drive, which it will kind of check in with you on that. Make sure you're all set for Google Drive. And then you'll be able to share it to your folder that we're using for this project. Okay, so Google Drive, and then down here you'll click Finish Video. Okay, I'm really excited to see what you guys come up with, but that